What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Bit of Footy YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be running through my round 21 tips for the 2024 AFL Premiership season. Now, last round, in round number 20, I actually did pretty well tipping wise. I got a total of 7 out of 9 tips correct, which for me is pretty good. And as you can see on the screen right now, these are the tips that I got correct and incorrect. The only 2 tips that I got incorrect were the Carlton tip and the Bombers tip. Every other tip I did in fact get correct. And that currently has me in 26th spot in my own tipping competition. And I'm on a total points tally of 103 points in total. In first spot, again, we do have Yusuf, who got 6 out of 9 tips in round number 20 and is on a total points tally of 117 points in total. So again, fair play to Yusuf. But without further ado, let's take a look and see what my tips are for round number 21 of the 2024 AFL Premiership season. All right, we kick off round number 21 with 2 Friday night games. We will begin with the Western Bulldogs taking on the Melbourne Footy Club, or Footscray taking on the Melbourne Footy Club. The Dogs are coming off a big win over Sydney. The D's are coming off a 2-point loss against the Giants last round. Should be a very entertaining game, this one. These two played against each other earlier in the season, back all the way in round number 1, and the D's got the chocolates, but I feel like we've come a long way from that result, and the Dogs, they're in the much better form right now than the D's are. The D's are having a bit of a roller coaster season at the moment. The Dogs, they're in very good form, like I said before. They've been the Blues, they've been the Swans away, they've been the Cats away. Yeah, they're just in some terrific form. So I'm going to be tipping the Dogs to get the win in this one over the D's, and I think the Dogs will do it by a margin of 22 points over the D's in this one. The second Friday night game we've got is the Eagles taking on the Suns at Optus Stadium. Optus Stadium. The Eagles are coming off a 35-point loss in the Western Derby or Derby, and the Suns are coming off a 28-point loss in the Q Class. So both teams are coming off losses in their respective derbies or derbies. I'm going to be tipping the Suns in this one to get the job done. I know that the Suns haven't won away from home, but I feel like they've got the firepower to win this one over the Eagles. I do think it will be a bit of a tight one, because of the reason that the Suns haven't won away from home, but I do think in the end the Suns will come out victorious. So I'm tipping the Suns in this one over the Eagles. Then we move on to the Saturday schedule, Super Saturday on Fox, and we kick it off with North Melbourne taking on Richmond at Marvel Stadium. North Melbourne are coming off a 40-point loss over the Cats, or against the Cats, and the Tigers are coming off a 26-point loss to the hands of my Pies. Should be a very good game, this one. I expect this one to be very competitive. Both teams will not want to lose this one because, you know, the wooden spoon could go to the team that loses this game. I'm going to be tipping North Melbourne in this one. I just feel like they've been growing this season in front of our eyes. I think the Tigers have been very competitive though as well. I do think it's going to be a close game, this one. Both teams will not want to lose, but I think North Melbourne, with the way that they have been playing recently, I feel like they'll be able to get the Chockies in this game. So I'm backing in North Melbourne over the Tigers in this one. Then we move on to the twilight game, the only twilight game on Saturday. We've got the Cats taking on the Crows at GMHBA Stadium. The Cats are coming off a 40-point win over North Melbourne. The Crows are coming off an 11-goal loss to the hands of the Hawks. Should be a very interesting game, this one. You know, the Cats, they've been a little bit 50-50 at GMHBA Stadium this season, their home stadium. And the Crows, well, they've just been 50-50 in their results. They pick up some good wins and pick up some bad losses. For example, they picked up a 2-point win over the Bombers at Marvel Stadium, and then they pick up an 11 goal loss the week later or the round later. So yeah, it should be an interesting game. I'm going to be backing in the Cats in this one at home. I know I said before they've been 50-50 at home, but I feel like it's going to be a tough task for the Crows in this one. So yeah, I'm going to be backing in Geelong to beat the Crows in this one. Then we move on to the two big Saturday night games, and we'll kick it off with my Pies taking on the Blues at the MCG, 7:30 p.m. Should be a ripping contest, this one, as if the rivalry couldn't get any bigger. We've got Pendle's 400th in this one. Should be a good contest. My Pies are coming off a 26-point win over the Tigers. The Blues are coming off a 14-point loss against the Power. Should be a ripping contest, like I said before. I'm going to be backing in my Pies to get the job done in this one. I reckon we'll just be up and about for the challenge, and we'll be up and about for Pendle's 400th, and we'll just try to do everything we can to get the win in this one for Pendle's 400th game. It's not going to be an easy game. I know that. The Blues have been terrific all season, and I know they got done by 14 points last round against the Power. But, you know, that's going to happen here and there. You know, you're not going to win every game of the season. It's going to be very competitive no matter what. But, yeah, I think my Pies will be able to get the job done in this one. Come on, the Pies. Let's get it done for Pendle's 400th. Then we move on to the other Saturday night game, another big one. We've got Port Adelaide taking on Sydney at the Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide are coming off that 14-point win over the Blues. Sydney are coming off a 39-point loss to the hands of Footscray. Yeah, should be an interesting game. This one, you know, the Power, they're in some decent form at the moment. The Swans, they've been a bit 50-50 in their last few games. So yeah, should be a ripping contest, this one. I'm going to be tipping the Swans to get the job done in this one. I feel like they'll need to win this one to get a bit of confidence back into their stride, and that's what I think will happen. So I'm tipping the Swans in this one. I do think it's going to be a very competitive, close game of footy, but I think the Swans will come out on top in the end. Then we move on to the three Sunday games. We kick it off with the Giants taking on Hawthorn at Manuka Oval in Canberra. The Giants are coming off a 2-point win against the D's. The Hawks are coming off an 11-goal win against the Crows. Should be a good game, this one. The Hawks, they're playing some terrific footy at the moment. They're one of the most informed teams in the comp at the moment. Well, so are the Giants as well. So yeah, should make for a good contest. I'm going to be backing in the Giants in this one. I know they played each other earlier, recently in the season, and the Hawks got the job done by a 6-point margin. But I feel like the Giants are coming good at the right end of the season. Well, so are the Hawks technically. But I feel like the Giants will just know what to do in this game to get the job done. And I think they're going to come away with the victory in this one. I do think it'll be another close one. But yeah, I'm backing in the Giants over the Hawks in this one. Next up, we've got the 3:20 p.m. game on the Sunday between the Bombers and the Dockers. The Bombers are coming off a 53-point loss to the hands of the Saints, and the Dockers are coming off a 35-point win against the Eagles. Should be an alright contest, this one. You know, it's at the MCG. The Bombers, they tend to play well at the MCG in front of their home fans. But the Dockers, they're in some good form at the moment. So I'm going to be tipping the Dockers in this one over the Bombers. I can see it being a close contest though. But I think the Dockers will be a little bit too good in the end, have the edge, and get the win over the Bombers in this one. And then we move on to the last game of the round at Marvel Stadium at 4:40 p.m. We've got the Saints taking on the Lions at Marvel Stadium. Like I said before, the Saints are coming off a 53-point win against the Bombers. The Lions are coming off a 28-point win against the Suns. So it should be an interesting contest, this one. You know, the Saints have come up with 2 big wins in a row. The Lions are in some very good form at the moment, and I'm going to be tipping the Lions in this one. I just feel like they're getting into some really good form at the right end of the season. They're playing some good team footy together, and yeah, it's kind of scary for opposing sides how well the Lions are doing at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to be backing in the Lions in this one over the Saints. And yeah, those are my tips done and dusted for this round of footy, round number 21. Can you believe it? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I will be going to the Pies versus Carlton game on Saturday night. Would not miss it for the world. You know, Pendle's 400th. I just cannot miss that. But yeah, should be a ripping contest. So yeah, I'll see you for that match day vlog on the Sunday. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Cheers.